The Honorable Marcoleta is now recognized. Your turn.
Maraming pong salamat, Mr. Chairman. Sa YouTube, sabi po ninyo kanina, lahat ng election misinformation, katulad po ng mga contents that might negatively impact free and fair democratic elections, ay tinatanggal po ninyo, sir. Tama po.
Mr. Chair, certain types of election misinformation po, Mr. Chair.
Kasi po ngayon, actual po yung nangyayari sa akin. Ako'y binabas po ng, hindi naman po masyadong marami. Ngunit, dahil nga po dun sa pagkakasabi ko na there is no such thing as West Philippine Sea, meron pong isang Commodore na tumawag sa akin na traitor. Do you understand, attorney, the word traitor?
Yes, Mr. Chair.
Yun ba ay shocking? Yun ba ay incendiary? Yun ba ay demeaning or inappropriate language for a member of Congress like me?
Mr. Chair, I don't know the full context of the statement, so I'm unable to provide a comment on that, Mr. Chair.
Okay, let's give the context. Nung po kasing nakaraang hearing, ang nagsuggest po na i-educate po natin ang ating mamamayan sa mga nangyayari sa West Philippine Sea, ito po ay pinasimulan po ng CICC. Siya po yung executive director po ang nagsabi na kung ang pag-uusapan po yung complexities surrounding this troubled sea, ay kailangan po nating ma-educate, ma-impormahan lahat ng ating mamamayan. Yun po ay sinabi niya sa liwanag ng maraming misinformation, marami pong mga deepfakes, mga fake news. Tama naman po siya sapagkat sabi nga niya, only an informed citizen can repel a fake news. Ako po, sinuportahan ko yung pangungusap na yun sapagkat kailangan lang. Sapagkat hindi naman po pwedeng pag-usapan po natin ang West Philippine Sea ng tayo-tayo lang. Sapagkat marami rin pong claimants kasi na pinag-uusapan dyan sa bahaging yan ng ating mundo. So, gusto kong pasimulan po yung public discourse nung sinabi kong there is no such thing as West Philippine Sea. Ang ibig ko pong sabihin, if we involve the international community, hindi po nila makita sa mapa yung West Philippine Sea. Hanggat hindi po kasi natin na ipatatala ito do sa pandaigdigang patalaan ng mga dagat, magtataka po yung mga bansang nasa Europa halimbawa. I-google nila o baka gamitin pa nila yung mga platapormang ginagamit po, YouTube, Facebook. Hindi po nila makikita sapagkat anyone that Googles that particular area of our world, ang nakasulat lang po doon ay South China Sea. Hindi po naman nangangahulugan na pag sinabi natin South China Sea, pag-aari na ng China yon. In the same manner, Mr. Chair, yung Indian Ocean, hindi po pag-aari ng India yon. Yung Gulf of Mexico, Mr. Chair, hindi rin pag-aari ng Mexico. Ang ibig sabihin, gusto po nating iklaro lahat sapagkat ayaw nating payagan na magkakaroon ng misconception, miscommunication. Ang West Philippine Sea tayo po ang kumilalang. Tayo lamang po. Kung tayo lang naman po rito at wala na po tayong kasamang ibang bansa, okay na po sana yon. Hindi po pwede yung ganun sapagkat lalo na ngayon, pinag-uusapan nga po yung panig ng mundo na yan, ayaw nating masabi man lang ng ibang bansa, ano ba'y pinagkakaguluhan dito? Bakit hindi namin makita yung West Philippine Sea? Kasi hindi nga po nakatala. Ang patalaan po, Mr. Chair, yung tinatawag lang International Hydrographic Organization. Ngayon po yung isang Commodore, tinawag po niya ako na traitor. Nang hindi po niya tiningnan yung konteksto ng pinag-uusapan. Bakit po hindi nyo ipaliwanag sa buong mundo na pinatatala na natin yung West Philippine Sea pero hindi natin maitala-tala. Matagal na pong panahon na pilit nating ipatala, hindi pa po na ipatatala. Kaya sa ngayon, hindi po nire-recognize. Tayo lamang po yon. Mr. Chair, yun pong sinasabi nating West Philippine Sea. Ito po yung bahagi ng ating exclusive economic zone. Atin po yun, for the record, kinakailang pong malaman ng lahat. Atin po yun, kahit anong mangyari, we will fight anybody to the last drop of our blood. Atin yun, yun ang ating exclusive economic zone. May pangalan o walang pangalan, atin yun. Pero yung isang Commodore na masyadong emotional, tinawag niya akong traitor, Mr. Chair, nang hindi po niya naiintindihan ang pinanggalingan ng pinag-uusapan dito. Pwede po ba tayong gumawa ng kalye, tayo-tayo lang, nang hindi natin ipatatala sa barangay o kaya sa munisipyo? Pagkat pumunta ron si Honorable Barber Seme, sakay-sakay ng isang tricycle, at iwi-wish niya yon. Sapagkat ang gumawa lang doon si Congressman Paduan o sarili niya lang, hindi niya makikita yun, maliligaw yung tao. Yun ang ibig ko po sabihin. Ilagay po natin sa konteksto ng pangmundong pag-uusap ito. Hindi po tayo nag-iisang bansa lang sa daigdig. Yan po yung ibig ko sabihin. Ngayon, kung mag-google po o kung magbablog po yung mga ibang mga tao at ipipilit nila na si Congressman Marcoleta, maka-China pala ito. Mr. Representative po ng YouTube. Kasi pag tinignan niyo po yung YouTube, lilitaw yan. Marcoleta pro-China. Paano po ninyo ipaliliwanag sa tao na hindi po ako pro-China? Ngayon po lumalabas, pag tinignan niyo po yung YouTube, lalabas po doon ewan ko sino po yung gumawa niya, pero maliwanag na talagang election misinformation, Mr. Chair. Lahat kanya ng kandidatong senador ni PRRD ay financially supported by China. Nandyan po ngayon sa YouTube. Lahat po niyan siguro nakikita nyo na. Paano po ito, hindi po niyo ite-take down itong mga contents na ito, sir?
So kung meron pong magre-report nung content, i-assess po yung content against sa mga polisiya po. At,
makikita po ninyo doon, sir, na I was called a traitor at yung statement ko raw is a disservice to the nation. It came from no less than the spokesman of the Philippine Coast Guard. I believe he is here. May I request, Mr. Chair, that the Commodore sit in front or near us because there is still a vacant seat here between the Honorable Franz Castro and Yusek Nicolas Felix. Could you please occupy this seat, sir?
Yes, kindly accede to the request of the Honorable Marcoleta.
May I continue, Mr. Chair?
Please proceed.
And thank you for acceding to my request, Mr. Commodore. You just called me a traitor, sir. Nasa Facebook po, nasa social media.
Mr. Chair, with your permission.
Butit inulit mo, Commodore. Bago ka sumagot doon sa tanong niyang Juan, patapusin mo muna yung legislator and then you wait until you are recognized by the chair, okay?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Please proceed.
You said that you did not say that I am a traitor, but it is in the social media. Did you take an effort to clarify that so that you could not mislead people because they might believe that you have said that? It is only now that you are disowning this statement. Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair. Yes, sir. To the Honorable Marcoleta, sir. Let's put it on record. I did not use the word traitor in describing your statement that the West Philippine Sea ay kathang-isip lamang po. Let me read my post on X. I stand by the statement of President Bongbong Marcos when he said, ang West Philippine Sea ay hindi kathang-isip natin lamang. Ito ay atin, ito ay mananatiling atin hanggang nag-aalab ang diwa ng ating minamahal na bansang Pilipinas. Hearing someone claim that the West Philippine Sea is merely a fabrication of the Philippine government is a disservice and an embarrassment to their entire party, the organization he belonged to, and even their own family. How can the one face the younger generations today and tell them that our exclusive economic zone to the west of our archipelago is non-existent, effectively giving up the fight to assert their rights as Filipinos in the West Philippine Sea?
Mr. Chair, sinabi ko ba na katang-isip ang West Philippine Sea?
I cannot recall, Mr. Chair.
Hindi, kasi ang salita mo dyan, merong nagsabing katang-isip. Sinabi ko ba na katang-isip ang West Philippine Sea?
I said I stand by the statement of the President. I did not mention you said it, sir.
Meron kang katang-isip na sinabi dyan eh. To whom are you referring that?
No, sir. The katang-isip phrase was the President's statement during his SONA. I just merely restated the statement of President Bongbong Marcos
Kaya nga,
when he
you are now
delivered it to SONA.
Kaya mo lang nilabas yan after I said that there is no such thing as West Philippine Sea. But that is in context of the fact that it is not yet registered in the International Hydrographic Organization. Alam mo, Commodore, ang procedure. Tama.
Mr. Chair,
No, you have to answer, Mr. Chair. Alam
Yes,
mo
sir.
yung procedure kung paano maitatala, kung paano natin papangalanan ang isang karagatan na tayo ang may-ari. You know the procedures, right?
with respect to the 19th Congress who passed
You
the
have
Republic
to
Act
answer my question,
12064,
Mr. Chair.
the Philippine Maritime Zones Act, sir, the West.
Kindly repeat your question.
You know, Commodore, the procedures on how we can register the name of a maritime area that we control or that we believe it is ours. You know the procedures on how
Yes,
to
sir.
register. Okay. So, ano na po ba, nakarehistro na po ba, nairehistro na po ba natin yung West Philippine Sea?
Sir, with regard to your question, there must be a legislation and then submit it to the international.
Oo nga, meron na po
Hydrographic
tayong
Organization.
legislation.
Yes,
As a
sir.
matter of fact, nagagawa na po yung Congress. Kailangan po talaga yon.
Yes, sir.
Nagpasimula tayo sa administrative order, pero kulang yon. Kaya nga po ang Congress gumawa para tulungan po kayo. Okay, sa ngayon po, sa tagal na po ng proseso, yun po yung dapat ninyong palaging gagawin. Kailangan lahat ng lakas natin gamitin, maparehistro po natin. Pero ngayon, hindi pa nakarehistro. Tama po.
Again, sir, answer your question.
Please.
Steps by
Commodore,
step.
sandali.
Yes, sir.
Please answer the question
Yes,
directly. The question calls for a yes or no.
No, sir. If it's in IHO, yes, through legislation.
Sinasabi ko yung IHO because this is the only world body that officially names a particular area of the sea. Kaya sa konteksto po ng pinag-uusapan natin, kaya ko lang nasabi, sapagkat hindi pa po nakatala, we need the international community to recognize a part of our own. Yun lang po ang punto doon, Mr. Commodore. So kung hindi pa po nakatala, tama po ako, hindi ba?
No, sir.
You are inconsistent.
No, sir. I did not say that you're correct. I will not agree that you are correct. West Philippine Sea is our exclusive economic zone.
Eh, Mr. Chair, wala tayong dispute that. Sinasabi ko na nga sa iyo, yung sinasabi nating West Philippine Sea is our own exclusive economic zone. This is ours. You and I should fight for it until the last drop of our blood. Ang sinasabi natin dito, kagaya ng nire-request ng CICC, let us educate our people sapagkat ang alam ng mga tao, lahat tayo, ang alam natin, nakarehistro na. Ang sinasabi ko, hindi pa po nakarehistro. Ikaw ba pwede kang mag-enroll sa isang eskwela nang hindi ka nag-register, nang hindi ka nag-enroll? You answer my question.
Of course, sir, there is a legislation.
Kaya hindi pa nakarehistro, Mr. Chair. This is the only point. Let us not create a mountain out of molehill. Bigla mong sasabihin, in response to what I said, tathang isip, o blah, 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 at lumabas sa traitor. Hindi ka man lang gumawa ng effort, for example, na I did not say that. Ngayon mo lang sinasabi. But you know, people are bashing me. I am pro-China. When is the last time or the first time that I am pro-China?
Again, Mr. Chair, I never said that you are a traitor. That is clearly posted on my Twitter
Pero
account.
hindi ka po nagbigay ng paliwanag na sinabi mo sana doon sa social media din. Bakit nyo ina-ascribe sa akin na sinabi ko na traitor si Kong Marcoleta? I did not say that. It is only now that you are explaining na wala kang sinabi. But kumalat na sa social media, kaya nga tayo nandito. These are the excesses and the abusiveness of social media, Mr. Chair. Nangyari na. Kahit na ilang libong mag-explain ka dito, yung tao narinig na nila na ikaw ang nagsabi. Because meron ka pang litrato dun eh.
Mr. Chair,
No.
nobody has ever asked me whether you are a traitor. This was only the first time that I was asked whether you are a traitor or not.
You are not even aware na sa social media sumabog yun? Nandun yung litrato mo and the claim that I am a traitor. Ngayon ka lang nagpapaliwanag na I am not a traitor. Pero nangyari na yon.
Mr. Chair, I don't think that I'm under in any obligation to respond to all those social media
Mr.
posts
Chair,
by bloggers, social media influencers to tell them that
Mr.
they're
Chair.
wrong.
Siya muna.
Sabi niya wala siyang obligation.
Finish your statement.
Yes, sir. Mr. Chair, Honorable Marcoleta, sir, I think I'm no under obligation to tell all the social media influencers, to bloggers, defend your name, tell them that you are not a traitor. Again, I did not mention that you are a traitor. It's not, those words did not come from me. Why would I go to the extent of defending you and you are running for Senate? I might as well be interpreted as running for, supporting somebody for public office.
Mr. Chair, clarifying something that is wrong is
Have
not
the phone,
political.
please.
Thank you, sir.
Commodore, ang tinatanong lang ni Honorable Marco Reyes that merong lumabas kang statement. Siguro, binigyan ng interpretation ng ibang bloggers at nasabi na traitor si Honorable Marcoleta. Ang tinatanong niya is, unang-una, alam mo ba ito na gano'n na nangyari? Would you know?
No, sir, because when it became a social media popular post, I was not here in the country. I was actually in the official business outside.
So when did you come to know about this?
I only came to know about it when Congressman Marcoleta called me Gago and Mangmang in one of his interviews.
So when was that?
During his interview last February 10, huwag tayong magpagago at magpaka-ignorante katulad ng Commodore na yan.
So, at that point in time, ang tinatanong kanina ni Honorable Marcoleta na merong misinterpretation doon sa iyong statement sa social media.
Yes, sir.
And you did not bother na i-correct man lang yun. Yun ang dinadrive ni Honorable Marcoleta kanina pa.
Yes, sir.
So, please answer that question. You did not do anything.
I did not do anything, sir.
Okay.
Why? Why did you not do anything?
It's because, sir, if I'm going to keep on defending to any, because one,
No.
yeah,
You are not supposed
Yes.
to defend me.
Yes, sir. Because
if
as I
it is
said-
true, Mr. Chair, that he did not call me traitor, but it continues to be there and to be consumed by the public through the social media. I think it is his responsibility to deny it if it did not come from him. That is all I was asking. And I think this is not too big for him to do. Yun lamang eh.
Yeah, but I admitted that he did not do anything.
Yun na nga. That's why I'm asking why. Is it not important to you to correct something that did not originate from you?
it's because, Mr. Chair, the only time I learned about that was when I heard about your interview calling me gago and mangmang. Why would I even defend you if you're calling me gago? As a commissioned officer of the Philippine Coast Guard, being a spokesperson, calling me mangmang, not knowing what I'm saying.
But actually, if you will read that context,
How would I even
the
defend
act
you?
of doing it is the one that is gago. Di ba? Yung ganon, not necessarily the person eh. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, kung kinurek mo man lamang yun, because it continue to be there in the social media, Mr. Chair, yun ang nakaka... sama sapagkat people, hindi ko naman sinabi talaga yun. Mamamatay siya because it came from you. Pero pag hindi mo sinabi at you continue to be silent, akala ng tao, sinabi mo. So that is the problem, Mr. Chair. And I think we are hearing this in order to correct the misconception and misinformation because it continues to spread. If you get the point, Commodore, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair, again sir, kung bakit ko po hindi binawi ay dahil nalaman ko lamang po itong balita na ito na nag-spread siya nung nagpa-interview po kayo na ginagago niyo po ako. As a human being, how would I defend somebody na ginagago po ako sa public interview?
Mr. Chair, kung titingnan mo yung konteksto ng pagkakasalitan, hindi ikaw ang ginagago. Ikaw ang ginagago. Ang sinasabi ko rito, let us defend our own nang hindi tayo nagiging gago o kaya nagiging emotional. It's actually hindi sa tao eh. Kung hindi yung act na, halimbawa wala tayong ginawa o kaya sinabi natin. Kasi nga nagmumula ako, Mr. Chair, sa pagkakasabi na hindi man lang tiningnang mabuti saan ba nang galing itong narrative. Ngayon, i-explain ko nga sa'yo, Commodore, ito yung nangyari doon sa pinagsimulan na dapat nating i-educate ang ating mga kababayan. Yun ang pinagmulan nun. So it is not disservice. I do not deserve to be called a traitor just like that. Kasi ang gusto kong mangyari, lumitaw, ma-informahan natin ng tao na sa ngayon, hindi pa talaga na itatala officially yung West Philippine Sea para malaman ng tao. At yun ang kailangan natin gawin. Pagsikapan natin, pagsakitan natin, ipatala natin, Mr. Chair. Because pag napatala na natin yun at ginugol nila, talaga palang merong West Philippine Sea. Hindi lamang dahil sa nandun, gumawa na tayo ng batas. Because, Mr. Chair, that is preparatory para maipatala na nga natin eh. Kaya lang natatagalan talaga. Ganun siguro yung proseso. So yung pong mga ibang vloggers, Commodore, hindi nila ma-recognize. Kaya example ko kanina, ginugoogle, wine-waste ni Congressman Barbers, yung kalye na gawa lang ni Congressman Paduano, hindi po niya makita. So nagkakaroon ng confusion. The tendency to be misinformed proceeds from the fact na hindi pa talaga na ipatala, sir. That's the only point. Mr. Chair, ngayon, kung babalik po sa Google, Mr. YouTube, ito kumakalat, lumalakad, but you are not doing anything to control this. So, ang daming, ngayon, nagbabas sila sa akin, si Marcoleta, pro-China. Ngayon, may lumitaw na naman through your platform. Lahat po ng senador na kagrupo ni ganito, lahat po sila ay pinopondohan po ng China. Nandito ngayon. I will show it to you before you leave, sir, na lumilitaw na naman dito. So kasama po ako doon sa grupo na yon na pinipinance ng China. Ganun po eh. So it becomes now an election misinformation that will impact on the credibility of the election. Maaaring mamislead po na naman ang mga tao. Yun po yung ating gustong ayusin, yung misconception and misinformation. Lumitaw lamang po kasi sa kawalan ng information na hindi pa po natin naipatala, Commodore. Hindi pa nakatala talaga officially. Tayo-tayo po, walang problema eh. Kung tayo-tayo lang. Sapagkat yung bahagi na yun ng ating karagatan, may pangalan man yan o wala. Sabi ko nga sa iyo kanina, tayong dalawa ilaban natin yun hanggang sa huling patak ng ating dugo. Atin yun at walang makakapagpabago doon. Ang problema, nagkakagulo tayo because of that misconception. Walang masamang tinapay doon, Mr. Chair. I want to explain that. Ngayon, ako nagpapasalamat ako sa iyo at sinabi mo ngayon at naliwanagan na hindi mo pala sinabi yung I am a traitor. So salamat kahit nahuli. Sabi nga natin, Mr. Chair, huli man daw at magaling, nayahabol din. Kaya lang ang problema ko ngayon, Mr. Chair, yun pong kumakalat na akala nila sinabi mo. At lumaki nga, sapagkat siguro, dahil medyo nasaktan naman ako, nakapagsalita ako ng wag nating depensa ng sariling atin na magiging emotional tayo o kaya nagpapakagago tayo. So, kaya lumaki ng lumaki dahil lamang doon. But the context, Mr. Chair, the context is gusto nating wag gamitin ang misconception or misinformation, lalo na ng mga vloggers, sa lahat po ng bahagi o aspeto ng ating buhay. Ang West Philippine Sea ay atin, Commodore.
Yes.
Because this is the exclusive economic zone of the country. And there is no changing that fact. Kahit anong magbali-baligtarin natin ang mundo natin, atin ito. Kaya lang ipatala po natin yung pangalan para po hindi gamitin sa misinformation. Mr. Chair, thank you very much.
Well, I think we have seen one of the ill effects of misinformation. I think everybody will agree to that. That is one of the ill effects of fake news or misinformation. Would you agree? Yes. So next time, kasi hindi ako nagbabasa kasi sila mga ganyan eh. Para hindi ako apektado. Yan ang ko. Yes, Honorable Marcoleta, please proceed.
Colonel,
Commodore.
Okay. Commodore, you graduated from the Philippine Military Academy?
No, sir. I'm 3 weeks short of my graduation.
Would you like to say, or you would like to explain why you did not succeed in graduating from that great military academy?
Yes, Mr. Chair. As what the chairman, General Acob, knows, we have the honor code among the Cadet Corps Armed Forces of the Philippines. I was charged of cheating with other 7 of my classmates, and it was a gentleman's agreement. If you violate the honor code, you formally file your resignation, and then you just leave, sign the clearance, and get out of the Philippine Military Academy. And that's 3 weeks before my graduation, sir. I never insisted because I respect the honor code.
But did you violate the honor code?
Yes, sir, we did. That's why I resigned for the good of the service.
Okay, but that's not my question. We need to defend our exclusive economic zone with all our might and with all our life. Because it is ours. Hindi lamang yung EEZ, merong continental shelf, territorial sea and all this. These are maritime rights, which even the UN Convention of the Law recognizes. We had an award yung arbitral award between the Philippines and China, and the subject matter is the South China Sea. You know that, I'm
Yes, sir.
sure. In that particular award, the tribunal ruled that the Scarborough Shoal is a traditional fishing ground.
Yes, sir.
I'm sure you studied that. Traditional fishing ground proceeds from the traditional fishing rights, or TFR, which is a private right fully recognized under public international law.
Yes, sir.
You agree?
Traditional fishing ground.
And in that award, the tribunal said, well, the Vietnamese, the Chinese, and the Filipinos can freely fish in that area because it is a traditional fishing ground. Mr. Chair, I think the good Commodore and the rest of the agency that is bound to protect our fishermen could have started along that line. Because a traditional fishing right is a private vested right. It does not concern territory. Sa aking palagay, Mr. Chair, mas magandang maging magandang simula yun. Let's talk to China. And I believe China will recognize the traditional fishing right. Because in the year 2000, I will remember that they had an agreement with Vietnam in the Gulf of Tonkin. If you will study that. Nagkaroon sila ng agreement, and they divided that fishing ground among themselves. Something that we can also do para hindi tayo nagkakaroon ng girian. Pinag-uusapan lang naman dyan are the living resources in this particular area. Bakit hindi po natin binibigyan ng emphasis? Why don't we initiate something positive along that line? We had that tribunal ruling. Sabi niya, it is a traditional fishing ground. Bakit hindi natin sila kausapin on that basis? Marami tayong jurisprudence, international jurisprudence. In 1974, pag-aralan po ninyo, Mr. Chair, yung mga maritime cases that was ruled by the tribunal. Yung case ng Federal Republic of Germany against parang Holland, and also Great Britain against Holland. Yung alam po ninyo, yung ruling is the same. Kahit siya yung merong reference do sa sea na yon, it cannot exclude the rights of the other coastal areas to fish sapagkat they invoke the traditional fishing right. I am asking, Mr. Chair, why no initiative has been taken along that line?
Mr. Chair. Yes, sir. To Honorable Marcoleta, it's beyond my pay grade to explain why our strategy is not in alignment with that fishery agreement in Bajo de Masinloc. And it's also worth mentioning that the Philippine Maritime Zones Act highlighted that Bajo de Masinloc and its territorial seas, we have sovereignty and sovereign rights over these waters. So on our level, in the Philippine Coast Guard, we cannot go against to the enacted law of the Congress, much more to the national security and foreign policy direction of the President.
I am not saying that it is within your pay grade to discuss it with the Republic of China. What I'm saying is maybe because you are a member of the Philippine Coast Guard, you could have talked to the other agencies of government higher than you that we could be initiating this along this line. Because we can take advantage of that particular tribunal's decision. Hindi ba? Pwede naman natin gamitin yun eh. Sabi ko nga sa'yo, ang daming cases, maritime cases, disputes, ruled by the same tribunal. Oh, ito, gamitin natin because they're all involved traditional fishing rights. Eh, yung arbitral award natin, eh, sinabi nga that the Scarborough Shoal is a traditional fishing ground. So, sinasabi ko lang, pwede tayong mag-initiate along this line because we are backed up by the award. And another, Mr. Chair, have you Have you read the entirety of the UNCLOS?
Not the entirety, sir. I won't pretend that I have. Even if I read, I'm not a lawyer. I have a PhD in international relations, but I'm not a legal person. So I won't claim that I fully comprehended the contents of the entire UNCLOS.
Understood. Okay, so what about the aspect of that particular UNCLOS document that relates to the particular maritime area that is now called South China Sea? The South China Sea is a semi-enclosed sea. Did you find in the UNCLOS the significance of a semi-enclosed sea? I think it is under Article 123 of the UNCLOS. Kung tinatanong ko lang, sir, kung nabasa mo lang.
Mr. Chair, I'm not the proper resource person to respond to this kind of question, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, because I am raising that particular issue because if the most responsible agency will look at it, there is a connection on how we should approach the entire problem because the entire South China Sea is a troubled sea. Kaya dapat inaaral natin, saan kaya tayo magsisimula? Ano kaya ang magiging basihan sana natin to approach this issue? Because if you will look into the definition of a semi-enclosed sea, which is under Article 123, makikita natin doon, Mr. Chair, na yung palang mga coastal states, kasi tingnan po ninyo, imagine it, on the north, nandun po yung China, on the east, nandyan ang Philippines, on the west, nandyan ang Vietnam, southern part, nandyan ang Malaysia. Kaya, at meron din Taiwan on the north. Kaya tinawag po siya sa UNCLOS, Mr. Chair, na semi-enclosed sea. What is the significance of the semi-enclosed sea? Sinasabi po ron, pagka po yung body of water is a semi-enclosed sea, lahat po ng coastal states has the responsibility to coordinate, to cooperate in the exploration, the research, development of that area. We can utilize that as the cornerstone of our defense na. Oh, sinasabi pala rito, dapat cooperative ang approach. Hindi sa'yo yan. Kasi even in the description of the sea, tayo-tayo dapat nagko-cooperate. So, sinasabi ko lang ito, Mr. Chair, because of the complications and the complexities of the South China Sea. Kaya po, kahit na konti lang ang panahon, gusto ko makakontribute na ito po ang dapat nating pagsikapang aralin. So maraming salamat po, Mr. Chair, sa inyong pasensya sa akin na medyo nagtagal para ipaliwanag lang ng konti, alang-alang po sa pagkaunawa nating lahat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.